Hi all, hope you're having a good day. So today we're going to look at declare a play when you're playing in a no trump contract. So how to count your tricks and then make them, hopefully. So here you're going to count your top tricks. That's a very basic thing to do. So you have the top cards in the suit like aces. So here, for instance, ace, king, queen is clearly 3 top tricks. Ace, king is 2 top tricks. Then count secondary tricks. So here, king, queen, jack, 10, you have 3 secondary tricks. So if you were to play the king, it might not win the trick because the ace can beat the king. But once the ace has been removed, you can then win with the queen, the jack, and the 10. So here you have 3 secondary tricks. Okay, so but they aren't certain tricks because if you've just got this suit, you may play the king, they'll win the ace in this suit, and then play other suits. All right, so they're not guaranteed. So after the ace has been played. So positional tricks. Okay, so here we're looking at a thing called a finesse. So 2 tricks if the king is in front of the queen. So here, if we have a look at this, the king is in front of the queen. Okay, so you lead from this hand towards the ace queen. So in bridge, it's a common thing is to lead towards strength. Okay, and this is what we mean, lead towards strength. Okay, and if you're in defense, there's a thing called leading through the strength. So here, length tricks. All right, so we've got ace, king, queen, jack. So they would be our top tricks, but we're most likely going to get 6 tricks here. So we get the ace, king, queen, jack, but don't forget the 7's going to win. So many beginners sort of play the ace, king, queen, jack, and then move to another suit because they think, oh, the 7's a low card. But the likelihood is when we've played this suit here, the 7 will end up being a winner because if you have 6 cards in a suit, the likely split of the remaining 7 cards, okay, is going to be something like 3-2-2, or even if it's 4-2-1. If someone's got 4 cards, they haven't got a 5th card. And remember, in no trumps, when we played the ace, the king, the queen, and the jack, 4 cards have gone from their hand as well. Right? So when we play our 5th card, the 7, they should have no cards in that suit left, and it will be a winner because we're playing in no trumps. Remember in no trumps that if you lead a card and nobody can beat it in that suit, we win the trick. Okay, so here, 5 tricks. So this is the same as this. We're missing the ace. We're going to knock out that ace and then play all the cards from the top and win 5 tricks. So after the ace has been played. All right, so keep an entry to the hand. So here, if we've got this kind of suit, what we want to do is keep another high card in another suit in order to get back to our hand. So the thing about beginners, what you do as a beginner player, you quite often play all your top cards. And that's not a good thing to do necessarily. Okay, it can be, but it's not always the right thing to do, and quite often isn't the right thing to do. You try to keep high cards in particular suits in order to establish your long suits like this, okay, and keep those high cards in order for you to get back, okay, in that suit and then claim your winners in this suit. Okay, it's no use playing all your high cards out in the other suits, then playing this suit, and then find out that you can't get back into this suit because nobody else is going to play that suit and you don't have high cards in the other suits in order to get back into your hand. So it's important to keep an entry into your hand. Okay, so if we're going to look at some hands here, West opens the bidding, 1 no trump. And here we're just going to bid 3 no trumps. Let's just move my picture out of the way. Okay, so you got 6, 10, 13 points. So 1 no trump. We're playing weak no trump, 7, 14 here. And we're just going to bid 3 no trumps, let's say, for now, until you know any no better. So North leads the King of Hearts. Now, can you make 9 certain tricks? In what order would you play the cards? Okay, so this is kind of a tricky one here. So let's say you win the ace, okay? Okay, we're going to win the ace. Now, if you play the ace and king of clubs next, right? And then play a small spade to the ace or queen, you then can't enjoy this king of spades, okay? You can't get back to this unless you overtake, say, unless you play a small spade to the ace and then the queen of spades back and overtake it with the king. But if you were to do that, you would just destroy this winner. You'd be taking your winner with another winner, okay? Because if you look at both the hands, we have 3 spade winners. We can play the ace and the queen, and we play 2 little cards on that, and the king. So we'd have 3 winners in spades. We've got 1 winner in hearts, the ace. We've got 1 winner in diamonds, the ace. So that's 5 winners in total. Hopefully, we're going to play the ace and king of clubs, which we're going to play the 4 and the 3. And then we've got the queen and jack to come. So we should win 3 spades, 1 heart, 1 diamond, and 4 clubs. But it's really important to know the order you play these cards. So the way to get 9 tricks to unblock, and this is a skill in bridge, is where you unblock things. Okay, you don't want to get blocked in a hand or not be able to get back. Communication is really important. So when you play bridge, you take your time, have a think about it. So we've got the king of hearts lead. So quite often, actually, the thing to do would actually be to duck this trick, because what we're hoping for is maybe the hearts will break 3-3. Now, if the hearts break 3-3, it means that our ace will win, and also 1 little card will win. Okay, if we're playing this suit, if they break 3-3. Okay, but for this exercise, we're just going to go up with the ace. Okay, now the next thing to do would be to unblock the spades. All right, so we're going to play a small spade, and we play the ace and the queen. All right, so now the ace of hearts is gone, and then the ace and queen are now gone. Okay, so now we want to get back into this hand, so we can play a small club to the ace, and then we unblock the clubs. So we're going to play the ace and king of clubs. And now while we're over here, it's really important to cash our king of spades. Okay, so when I use the word cash, that just means we play it and we win it. So we cash the king of spades. Cashing means we're going to win it, all right? So we've won 2 spades now, 2 clubs, the ace of hearts, and the king of spades. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tricks. And now we play a small diamond, get back over to this hand with the ace. That's our 7th trick. And then we play the queen and the jack of clubs to make 9 tricks. Okay, and that equates to 3 no trumps. Okay, remember 3 no trumps means you're going to get 6 plus 3 tricks. So that's 9 tricks in total. We always start with like 6. And whatever the number is we bid, that is the number of tricks we're going to make. So we're going to make 9 tricks in that way. Okay, a finesse is an attempt to win a trick with a card lower than the top card. So trying to win the trick cheaply. Okay, positional tricks, winning a trick because of the position of a higher card. Okay, so if you look at these cards, right? So imagine we hold these cards when we don't know where the outstanding cards are. Okay, so place these cards in east or west to ensure north south make 2 tricks. So assume we're leading from the south hand. How can we make 2 tricks? Well, the thing is, if you put the king 8-7 over here, what will happen is when we play towards this ace queen, we can play the 3. This hand will play something like the 2 of spades. And then we'll put in the queen because we will take a finesse. And then it'll lose to the king. Okay, and then we'll lose another spade, and all we will win is 1 spade. So in order for us to win 2 tricks in spades, either we want this person to lead, and then they're not going to lead into strength when they hold the king. Okay, so that's what you don't do in defense. So if you put the king 8-7 over here, we can simply play a small spade. They put in, say, the 7, and then you're going to put in the queen. And that will win the trick because the king is over here. The queen cannot be beaten by the king because it's not in this hand now. Okay, so we make sure we put this over here. And a finesse is basically a 50-50 shot. Either it's in this hand or it's in this hand. Okay, so half the time it'll be over here, half the time over here. So it's a 50-50, toss of a coin kind of thing. Okay, but the point is, if we play a small spade and put in the ace, and then just play another small spade from here, that gives us practically no chance of winning 2 tricks in this suit. Okay, so place these cards, King 8-7. Where are we going to put King 8-7 in order to win all the tricks in spades? So again, if we put this over here, if we were to play the Queen and let it run, so in other words, we play a low one, that's what it means when I say let it run. So we play the Queen, this hand will come up, we say the 2 of spades, and we're going to play the 4 of spades. Now, if the King is over here, they'll play the King and it'll win the trick. So clearly that's not the best place for us in attack for the King to be. We want it over here. So if we play the Queen and they play the 7, we're going to play the 4, and letting it run will make the Queen win. Now, if they've got the King, right, if they want to, they can cover our King, okay? So we can play the Queen, they could cover our Queen with a King, and then we'll play the ace, okay? And then we can play a small spade back and win the 10 and the Jack, and we'll get our 3 tricks. So in order to win 3 tricks, we'd put the King 8-7 over here. Okay, now, how are we going to win 1 trick? So clearly, if they play ace-king, and then the 10, we're going to win the Queen, okay? So we're missing 2 of the top, the 2 top honors, okay? Now, if I put the ace-king 10 over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play towards the strength, so I can play the 2. This hand will play, say, the 5 of spades. We'll put in the Queen, and then it'll win with the ace. Okay, and let's say this hand then plays another suit, all right? And then we get the lead again over here. We play another spade, and we put in the Jack. This hand then wins with the King, and then plays a 10, and it wins all 3 spade tricks. So therefore, putting this spades over here is no good. We need to put the spades over here in order for us to win at least 1 trick in spades. So this is a very important thing in bridge. In order to give yourself the best chance of winning tricks is to play towards strength. Okay, what you don't want to be doing with this hand is playing from this hand and play the Queen first. Okay, that can be disadvantageous. Right, ace 4-2 opposite Queen 5-3. Now, if I put the King 8-7 over here, well, let's say I play the Queen. I play the Queen, and this hand is now going to cover with the King, and then I play the ace. And then I've only got small cards. Okay, so the thing is here, I don't want to play the Queen of Spades. You've got nothing backing up the Queen, okay? Ideally, you'd like to be having the Jack below the Queen, or you'd like the Jack to be in this hand, something like that. So what we need to do here is actually play a small spade from this hand towards the Queen. And what we're going to hope for this time is that the King is actually on this side. Okay, so we want the King 8-7 over here. We play a small spade, play towards the Queen, play towards strength in this occasion. And if this hand has the King, it will go up with it, and then we can win the ace and the Queen. Now, if the King 8-7 is over here, we play the 2. This hand plays the small one, like the 6. We play the Queen, and this hand will cover it with the King, and then we'll only win 1 trick in this suit. So again, it's like a 50-50. Wherever the King is, if the King's over here, we'll win 2 tricks in spades. If the King is over here, we'll only win 1 trick. Okay, so this time we want to win 3 tricks. How are we going to win 3 tricks? Now, if we play the ace and the King of spades, our Jack will fall down under the King, and then we'll play a small spade, and we'll end up losing the last 2 spade tricks, because one hand will have 4 spades and the other hand will have these 3 spades, let's say. So somebody will win with like the 10 and then 9. Sorry, the Queen of spades will win, and somebody else will win with, say, the 10 of spades. Okay, so the way to get 3 tricks here is play a small spade first towards the Jack. And what we're hoping for is the Queen of spades is over here. Okay, we need it to be over here. So we play a small spade and we hope this hand pops up with the Queen or even plays low. All right, so if it plays low, so if we play the 3 of spades and this hand puts in the 7, we're still going to put in the Jack. and then the jack will win because the queen isn't here, it's over here. Now if the queen is over here, when we play a small spade, I put in a small spade, put in the jack gets covered by the queen, and then all we'll do is only win 2 spade tricks. Now some people, what they do is, let's say that we put the queen over here, some people will play the jack, okay, and if you've got the queen, what you should then do in defense is cover that jack with the queen, and then that'll get beaten by the ace, and again you'll only win 2 tricks. Okay, so in order to win 3 tricks, we really want the queen of spades to be over here, and that would be the best line of play. Kind of 50-50 again. We're hoping the queen is over on this side of the table. So the 13th card in a suit, the 3-3 break. Okay, so we've got something like this: ace 5-2 opposite king 7-4-3. We have 2 top tricks, the ace and the king, so we're certainly going to win 2 tricks here. Now this is a very common thing in bridge. So you only have 2 top tricks in spades, so give up a trick early, all right? So this is a thing that beginners don't like to do, is give up a trick early. So what I mean by that is, here we could just play a low spade, and instead of winning it with the king, just give it up. Just play another low spade, let them have it, all right? Because all we're trying to find out is if they've both got 3-3 in the suit. Now, they're always going to win 1 trick in the suit. There's no way we can prevent them winning 1 trick. So we kind of give it them early, all right? And that way we can keep the communication between the 2 hands. Give up the trick, okay? And then play the ace of spades and another spade to the king. And if they break 3-3, our last card in the suit, the 7, will be a winner, all right? So that's what we want to do. Now, the chances of the spades breaking 3-3 is actually 36%. So it's not as good as a finesse. If we want to win an extra trick, taking a finesse, which is 50-50, so it's like a toss of a coin, 50-50, 50% of the time we'll win and 50% we'll lose. Here, if we want the spades to break when there's an even number, 6 out, the chances of them breaking where one hand holds 3 and the other hand holds 3 is actually only 36%. Okay, so that's an important thing to remember. Actually, there's 2 kind of percentages to remember. Finesse is 50% and a 3-3 break is a 36% chance. So it's important that you kind of know that a finesse has better chance of winning than a 3-3 break. Okay, so don't be afraid of losing a trick. You're always going to lose. Okay, ideas to generate tricks and keep controlling. So the Queen of Hearts is led. Just some ideas of making tricks. So first of all, we're going to count our top tricks. So spades, we've got the ace and the king, so that's 2 top tricks. Hearts, we've got ace and king, so that's another 2 top tricks in that suit. And diamonds, we've got ace king, again, 2 top tricks. And clubs, we've got ace king. Okay, so what I'd do in this kind of scenario here is I'd think about what the lead means. I'd think about where is our chances of making extra tricks. So first of all, we've got the heart lead, so let's focus on that. So if they've led the Queen of Hearts, then quite often they're leading from a long suit. So quite often they could be leading from a 4-card suit, but not always. Let's say they had Queen, Jack, 10 of hearts. Then that is a pretty safe lead normally. So they could be leading from the Queen of Hearts with only 3 in it. So if we go back to our 13th trick, there's a potential that after losing 1 heart trick, we could make 3 heart winners. So that's a potential to get an extra trick in this suit. And the same applies for the spade suit, okay? There's a potential for the 13th card in this suit to be the last card played, which could win, all right? So they could break 3-3 in spades, you could break 3-3 in hearts, so you could get an extra trick. Diamonds also, they could break 3-3, and we could get an extra trick. Clubs, there's no chance of getting an extra trick. So in general, what we do is where we've got no chance of winning an extra trick, quite often we don't touch that suit because that's our weakest suit. So what beginners tend to do though is they tend to cash their winners. So they tend to just play the ace and king. So they might start off and just cash all their top winners and then leave all small cards. But that's not a good strategy usually. Now, what we can do in this is we could take a diamond finesse, for example, a double diamond finesse even. So what we can do is say, win the Queen of Hearts, or in fact, the best thing to do probably would actually be to duck the opening lead. So when the Queen of Hearts gets led, actually play a small one, give it up, give up that trick, okay? And let's suppose they then continue and they lead the Jack of Hearts. Then we're going to take it with the ace. We're kind of seeing if later on that the hearts, see if they break 3-3. So we'll duck the opening trick and then win the next one. Now in diamonds, we're going to play the ace of diamonds, see if any high cards drop. So maybe the queen or jack of diamonds might drop under the ace. That'd be good if it did. And then we're going to play a diamond towards the king 10-9. All right, so we'll play the ace of diamonds, play the 8, and then we'll play a small diamond. And then what we're going to do is see what card this hand plays. Now, if they play a high one, like the jack or queen, we will beat it with the king, because that means there's only one other card out that's going to be higher than the 10 or 9. What we're trying to do is create one trick extra in this suit. So we played the ace, played the 8, and then we'll play the small diamond, and we're going to play the 9 of diamonds. So if they play low, we're going to put in the 9 of diamonds, right? And then they're most likely going to win it with the jack or queen. Now, if this hand here has the queen and jack of diamonds, our 9 of diamonds will actually win the trick, okay? What we're hoping for is that this hand here, south, has at least one high diamond, either the queen or the jack of diamonds. Now, if they have one high diamond, we will win 3 tricks by simply taking a double finesse. So when we get back in this hand, we'll play another diamond and we'll take another finesse. Okay, so let's say we play the ace of diamonds, then the 8. We play another diamond, this hand plays low, and we put in the 9. And then this hand, say, wins it with the queen of diamonds. And let's say now they continue hearts. They continue hearts and we win it with our king of hearts, all right? And this hand throws a heart away. So unfortunately, the hearts didn't break 3-3. We're then going to take another diamond finesse, okay? Now, as long as this hand holds one of the 2 honors, okay, or both honors, we'll win 3 diamond tricks. So think about how the queen and jack of diamonds could be split between the north and south hand. So north could have the queen and jack, which we don't want, because if north has the queen and jack of diamonds, we're going to lose 2 diamond tricks, and that's going to be bad for us. If south has the queen of diamonds or the jack of diamonds or the queen and jack of diamonds, we'll win 3 diamond tricks. Okay, so in other words, there's one scenario where we only get 2 tricks, but there's 3 scenarios where we're going to win 3 tricks. So that is basically saying we've got a 75% chance. Okay, so 3 scenarios work and 1 doesn't. So 3 scenarios work out of 4. 3 out of 4, 3/4 is 75% chance. So there's 3 cases where we'll win 3 tricks in diamonds. And if we win 3 tricks in diamonds, we'll then have 9 tricks. 9 tricks is our contract. Okay, we could then carry on potentially to try to get a extra trick in spades, maybe lose a spade trick and try to get 3 spade tricks. So there's a case where we maybe only lose 1 heart and 1 diamond, and we kind of win all the rest of the tricks potentially. Maybe we get 3 spade tricks, 2 heart tricks, 3 diamond tricks, and 2 club tricks. Okay, 3, 3, 9, plus 3 is 9, plus 2 more is 11. Okay, so potentially 11 tricks. So it all depends on how they break and who's got what, okay? But we've got a very good chance of making at least 9 tricks in this contract. Okay, so I've just explained it there. Okay, so plan. So always make a plan when you're declarer. Count top tricks. These are safe. Don't play them yet. Okay, so we don't need to cash the ace and king in various suits. If we just play our top tricks, okay, we'll basically set them up, okay, for their queens and jacks. If we play all the aces and kings, we'll set up their queens and jacks, and that's not a good thing usually. Count secondary tricks and try to set them up. Okay, try and set up your longest suits. Keep entries to both hands if you can. Okay, so you might want to be in one hand. If don't have an entry into your other hand, you can't get there. Okay. Try to keep control of defender's suit. So in other words, here, don't take winners in their suit. So if you've got a short suit between the two hands where you've only got, say, 4 cards in and they've got 9 cards, if you play that suit, you're effectively setting them up to take their winners, especially in no trumps. So try not to play that suit, and try to, sometimes what you might be able to do is keep one defender out, okay, of off the lead. Okay, so maybe that defender doesn't have any cards in that particular suit. So if they don't have any cards in that particular suit, they can't play it. All right, that only makes sense. So there we have it, just a few ideas in no trump contracts, but we'll continue to look at all of this and look at how to declare a lot more as well. So I hope you found that useful. Here endeth the lesson.